I'm not one to believe in hype, leaks, rumors, straight up lies, nor would I pass off this information as true. I always admit when something's pure speculation, if it is indeed a rumor, a leak, etc., and I only report it accordingly to you all as such as I get the information. Sure enough, my speculation was right regarding the release date, but boy was I wrong when it came to Casey Jones, and I'm glad I was. In my previous videos, I had mentioned that in the interview articles that the team at Attribute had been doing, that they were only focusing on the current 6 characters revealed. We were lied to, and for good reason. Probably the only time I'll actually be glad that a developer lies to us about the inclusion of somebody or something or someone not being in their game and then revealing it later on to us versus the reverse happening. The following comes from the recent PlayStation blog about the game. So we finally got confirmation Casey Jones has been added to the roster of heroes, using all of his various sporting equipment as weapons, and even changing outfits and adding helmets and hats based on the moves that he pulls. He might be a little bit slower, but he's going to hit like a truck. Also, great work on the animation and art teams here to give him personality while having his face covered, to which they had stated was a particular challenge here. One last thing before moving on, Casey Jones is actually going to be an unlockable character after beating the game for the very first time. Makes you wonder what else is going to be unlockable as you play through the game. While I fell behind doing exclusive breakdowns for April and Splinter, I do feel there's no point in doing them alongside Casey Jones as the game has been revealed to come out on June 16th. Everyone will have their hands on the game to be able to try them all out and see how they play for themselves. Now, with that being said, I do plan on doing guides and walkthroughs at some point after release, so be on the lookout for those in the coming weeks and months. Leave me a comment down below if that's something you're actually going to like to see. Few other things to go over. First, I want to quickly touch on the PC version of the game and state that if you happen to be a Linux user, you'll actually be able to play the game no problem. Mac users, I'm going to assume you're going to need a Windows emulator in order to run the game properly. Next up is the limited run games and the new physical editions that were supposed to be revealed on June 6th, but ended up being announced about 2 days later. Now, I got the usual, oh, leaks, haha, yeah, right, clickbait, when I had mentioned the quote, deluxe edition art being slipped up. But again, I'm not going to be lying about this stuff to all of you. And sure enough, here we are with 3 additional editions coming from limited run games, all of which I'm sure will truly be limited based on the titles here below. I'm going to run through these rather quickly, so if there's any additional information that you can't get by pausing the video, check out the Limited Run Games Twitter or their website. Also, an exclusive deal coming from Limited Run Games. Should you purchase from them, you'll get a coupon for a free personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut, just like the coupons that came with TMNT 2, the arcade game back on the NES. Now, starting off, we've got the limited PC Big Box Edition coming in at $59.99. You get your big box packaging, which will include the game disc along with a PC jewel case, a Shredder's Revenge USB stick with a digital copy of the game, and a mouse pad, featuring Mousers and Pizza on it. Next up, we've got the limited Classic Edition coming in at $64.99. It includes a classic Turtles VHS style packaging. I'm pretty sure some of you might not even realize what this is referencing to. It also shows my age a little bit. Also going to come with a steel book, sticker set, and of course, the personal pan pizza coupon and more. Lastly, we've got the limited Radical Edition coming in at a whopping $109. I'm just going to say $200. It's just a lot easier. $200. You've got an exclusive Playmate Shredder's action figure, a blister packed game. I'm not sure exactly what that means, blister packed game. Strategy guide. You've also got what looks to be a mini arcade cabinet. I'm not exactly sure how big those things actually are. Shredder's Revenge Shadow Box showing off some of the art, as well as the soundtrack for the game. Lastly, I need to touch on the newest feature that's been revealed for Shredder's Revenge, and that is 6-player co-op. I didn't even consider this to be a possibility at all, and then the leaks started coming through, particularly from the Korean Nintendo eShop. Now, I originally didn't believe it at first until I actually saw the screenshots, also with regards to the release date, as well as the screenshot showing the character select with 6 possible selections instead of 4. So we were a little too close to Summer Games Fest, so I didn't make any kind of speculation video, as you can tell, but I just kept it to social media. And I started looking at it, starting to believe it a little bit more. Maybe it's not actually Photoshop. Maybe this is real. And lo and behold, we now have confirmation we can bring 5 additional friends along for the ride. However, there is one small issue, and this is specific for PlayStation users, unfortunately. All other platforms are going to allow local and online co-op to mingle together for up to 6 players. PlayStation only supports 4 controllers, and everyone, guest or not, is going to need a PS Plus account in order to play online. The team had to make the unfortunate decision to scrap the idea on the PlayStation, or it was going to force them to delay the game. Now, you could still play 6 players online without issue, but it's only going to be 4 local, and you can't mix local and online, unfortunately. You can see down below that they are going to try to make it a reality, but it's going to happen post launch. Before I wrap up here, there is one more thing to mention, and that is crossplay. In a previous video, I mentioned that it was possible, but we didn't get any further details. Again, details being scarce, but you can see here that we're going to be getting some more details soon. But according to this, crossplay is not going to be across the board. My guess is that you're going to be able to play cross generation, part of the same console family, and then possibly crossing over with consoles and PC players. I actually don't see full crossplay happening between all console manufacturers, unfortunately. More on this later when we get the details. So there you have it, everyone. Not only did we get the release date for Shredder's Revenge, but we also have the reveal of Casey Jones being added to the game, and we were treated with a huge surprise of having the ability to play with up to 6 players, local and online co-op. We're less than a week away at this point, and I cannot wait. So that'll do it for today. There was a little bit more information to get out to you all, which is why I felt like a full video was needed instead of just sticking to social media posts with regards to the release date, Casey Jones, 6 players, etc. Hit that like button to help out the channel, and if you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to make the push for my first 1,000 subscribers before the game is released. Not far to go now. More Shredder's Revenge content will be on the way. June 16th cannot come fast enough.